Well, alright, so, yeah. Hello everyone, welcome to the Bartlett Summer Show 2020. Thank you for joining us, wherever you are in the world. We hope you're all well and keeping safe.
Broadcasting from London, this is the official launch event for the Bartlett Summer Show 2020. The launch event will last 1 hour and we're delighted that you can join us. We're your hosts for the evening. I'm Krina Christopoulou, a fifth-year student from the Bartlett School of Architecture, recently graduated only a few months ago.
Okay, so I guess that makes me Uday Berry. I'm an ex-Bartlett student and I graduated last year.
If you haven't already visited the virtual Bartlett Summer Show, please do so on www.bartlettarcucl.com. Please don't go anywhere as we're about to start the launch event on our official YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, you know what to do. Give us a like, subscribe, and don't forget to turn those notifications on.
I think they should smash the subscribe button.
Correction, smash that subscribe button.
That's for you, Luca. To all Bartlett students and staff, and indeed visitors joining us, please use the chat function to talk to each other throughout the event, and please feel free to ask us any questions.
Let's give other visitors a bit of time to join us, and before we kick off, we'd love to introduce ourselves.
So, I'm Krina. I just graduated from the Masters of Architecture program at the Bartlett School of Architecture in UCL. And I am currently a Part 2 architectural assistant at KPF in London. And I'm interested in immersive tech in architecture.
My name's Uday. I graduated from the Master's program last year from Unit 24. I'm currently working as a Part 2 assistant at Rochester Harbour, and my interests are within sort of film and animation within architecture.
A short introduction to today's event for anyone who is new to the Bartlett. The Bartlett School of Architecture is part of the Bartlett Faculty of the Built Environment at University College London. And every summer, usually in June, as students, we work closely with our tutors to put together a physical show, turning our campus building in central London into a gallery filled with the student work from the year.
Filling 6 floors of our building with student work, the show features work from undergraduate architecture, BSc, also known as Part 1, postgraduate architecture, MArch, also known as Part 2. The show also features work from 2 other programs, BSc Architecture Interdisciplinary Studies and Engineering and Architectural Design, MEng.
And putting together this show is a very important part of our time at the Bartlett, and it's always an ambitious endeavor, which is supported by the school's exhibitions team. As you know, we have all been in lockdown since March, forcing us to work apart, but somehow lockdown has brought us all closer together in unexpected ways. So for the first time ever, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Bartlett Summer Show has gone digital. We have both done our undergraduate and master's degrees at the Bartlett. So together, I think we've put up 5 shows. One for every year we've studied at the Bartlett, and we can safely say that the digital version is like a whole new world of impressive.
A little later than usual, as we needed some time to carefully prepare the content for over 700 students. It's here, and at last we're delighted that more people around the world are going to be able to see the students' work on this new platform.
If you haven't already seen the show, please visit www.bartlettarcucl.com, where every student has their own page. It's actually an amazing opportunity because that means every student can put up a lot more work than other years where we had the physical restrictions of one building.
The show will also stay online for 3 years and is quite extraordinary compared to the 2 weeks exposure the physical show provided. We hope you enjoy it. Please feel free to share the function on the virtual show and share the projects you like on social media, and don't forget to hashtag Bartlett Summer Show.
Apart from the virtual show, we're also hosting a series of student-led events throughout the show period. That is from today, Thursday 10th of September, and until Friday 2nd of October. Details are all on the virtual show website under events. Don't forget to check it out.
Right, let's start. To recap those just tuning in, welcome to the launch event of the Bartlett Summer Show 2020. Thank you for joining us. The event will last 1 hour with speeches in the first half, followed by prize announcements in the second. You don't want to miss any of it. We also have some people to thank for which without them this virtual show wouldn't have been possible. So please stay tuned until the end.
So we are your hosts this evening, Karina and Uday, guess who's who. We have coupled up to present today's show launch event as two students who recently graduated. Uday graduated last year with a totally normal experience, lucky you, and I graduated this year during the COVID pandemic. So Uday will be missing his graduation ceremony, which was supposed to actually be last weekend. It didn't happen. Supposedly, yeah, right about now. And I'll be missing my real life summer show. So we speak for a very large body of students, including recent graduates right through to first year students who are new to the Bartlett. And we sort of want to represent the student voices who have made such massive efforts through these difficult times.
Please show us your love, give us a like, smash that subscribe button,
yes,
and turn your notifications on.
Okay, let's start. This is very exciting. We bring you a very special message from a very special someone. You would have been welcomed by him on our campus at the entrance of our building at the summer show if you were to come in real life. So this year, it is no different. He has kept us safe for the past 20 years and will no doubt continue to do so in the future when we return in real life. He's the friendliest face that has made the Bartlett experience a million times better. So please welcome our one and only, our beloved security officer, Don Onido.
Hello and welcome to our Bartlett School of Architecture first ever virtual summer show 2020. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Don. I'm the Bartlett security officer and always do my very best to keep our staff, students and our visitors safe. I've missed seeing all our staff and students every day, and I hope you are all well and safe during this pandemic lockdown. A warm welcome therefore to you all, wherever you are in the world to the show. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you again. Thank you and please stay safe.
I haven't seen him in months. Thank you, Don. We miss you too. Please stay safe. Guys, you gotta show Don some love.
Yes, we miss you, Don.
Next up is the Bartlett Summer Show 2020 official opener speech. For the first time ever, it will be delivered by the Bartlett students. The speech has been completely created by the exhibiting students working collaboratively to produce a collective voice representing all corners of the school, different year groups and programs.
So please raise your glass, because this is us and this is our voice.
The Bartlett Summer Show 2020 is here.
Here in London.
Here in London.
Here in London.
Here in Singapore.
Here in Kent.
Here in Lebanon.
Here in Canada.
Here in Beijing.
Here in Luton.
Here in Cardiff.
Here in Hong Kong.
And we can't wait to show you our work.
This year hasn't been easy.
In fact, we're sure most people are pleased to see the end of it.
But its challenges have brought unexpected changes in our behaviour as students and as a wider community.
We have made our voices heard on some really big issues.
In 2020, the Bartlett has been confronted with questions around race and representation in both our staff and student cohorts.
Through talking to each other, we have begun to understand the problems we face.
Together, we must do better and we must be more inclusive.
We know this is the beginning of an important process, but we must start tearing down the barriers that have existed for too long.
We know that Black Lives Matter.
This year also marked the founding of Architecture Education Declares, and our battle to confront the climate crisis marches on.
Together, we are charting a way forward, trying to create a cultural shift in our institutions and a climate that provokes diverse responses to the challenges we face.
But in March, the challenges started to require more drastic and immediate responses.
Everything moved home.
We're forced back to our shared flats,
Our family homes.
In our home countries, but we continue to work.
The global pandemic has changed the way we do everything.
We've had to find new ways to engage online, persevering through poor internet connections.
Kitchen tables have become desks.
Bedrooms have become studios.
Gardens have become refuges from mindless screen time, and we have had new guest critics.
Moms, dads, friends, dogs, and our next-door neighbors have lent their ears to hear about our work.
And so our projects have adapted and become accessible to more people.
Through video calls, we've seen windows into each other's lives and noticed the differences between them.
Some of us have been lucky to go home to supportive parents or stay in flats with good friends, while others have had to spend months alone in isolation.
But with these limiting situations came healthier lifestyles and new possibilities.
We started taking regular exercise and getting fresh air.
Crits became a chance to show our work to all corners of the globe, provided the time zones align, and portfolios became digital.
And the global pandemic is changing the way we're showing our work as well.
For the first time ever, the Bartlett Summer Show will have a global audience, reflecting its space and industry.
Curating this online show had its own challenges as we tried to recreate the immersive experience of a physical show, both in the work on display and in its construction.
But some things don't change though. It's never easy sticking to deadlines.
At any Bartlett Summer Show, the breadth and quality of the year's work and its exhibition would be impossible without the tireless hours put in by our design tutors and the wider team behind the scenes, everyone in the Bartlett community.
This year, this is especially true.
The extended deadlines that absorbed the stress of coping with this year's uncertainties would not have been possible without hundreds of extra tutorials and extra hours put in by the teaching staff and the resilience of administration team.
We want to say a massive thank you to everyone for their determination and resourcefulness
in helping the incredible work here be brought to life and making it available for the world to see.
Thank you.
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 We miss talking face to face.
Having a cigarette break together.
Or needing a hug when the scanner destroys our drawing.
We have coped with the digital realm, but it doesn't beat the real thing.
We will return to our studios, but they will be very different.
We hope that when we do return, the Bartlett will be more inclusive, more communal, and more respectful.
It is down to us to make that happen.
But for now, we want to raise a virtual glass.
Party on the digital dance floor.
And celebrate our incredible work.
This is my first,
second,
third,
fourth,
fifth Bartlett Summer Show.
But this year, it's our best.
That was very powerful. That was very cool.
Now, please welcome our Dean of the Bartlett Faculty of the Built Environment, Professor Christoph Lindner.
Hello, my name is Christoph Lindner, and I am the Dean of the Bartlett. Welcome to the 2020 Bartlett School of Architecture Online Summer Show. I want to congratulate all of our students who are sharing work. It is an understatement to say that this year has been one of unprecedented challenge. And right across the board, our students have shown tremendous resilience, creativity, criticality, imagination, and collaboration. And all of those qualities register in the work being shared. I also want to thank our staff who worked with our students in the studio and also in creating this online exhibition. We are sad, of course, not to be able to welcome you into our building in London to experience our students' work in person. But in true Bartlett spirit, the students and the School of Architecture have embraced the opportunity to innovate that comes with the move to an online show. And I think you'll see many examples of that as you explore the show. One thing I'm particularly excited about is the way our online show allows us to connect to an even larger, broader, more diverse audience around the world. And anyone with an internet connection can now come and experience and spend time in the Bartlett. So let me invite you to explore our students' work, to see their talent and skills, and most of all, to experience why the Bartlett is such a special place. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christophe.
Next up, joining us from Paris, our chair and Bartlett Professor of Architecture, Frédéric Miguerou.
Hello, I am Frédéric Miguerou. I'm the chair, Bartlett Professor of Architecture. And in those extraordinary circumstances, I would like to thank all the students following the programs at the end of the year. Now, you know that we had some problem for the last 3 months, and we were obliged to go to online teaching. But at the end, we will have, as usual, a summer show online. And Chikitlai made the best to have this show online. And I hope it will be at the end of the year, as usual, with an extraordinary exhibitions of the works of all students. I want to thank the students for following the courses in such difficulties moment, and also all the staff. We work with them, and to make that at the end their works will be promoted in a good way. We will have another meeting with the Architectural Forum soon, next week, and all the school with the manager of the school, Bob Scheel as director, and Barbara Cumberlane working with him as deputy director, made their best to make that this year could finish in a good way. I want to thank again the students for all of them who continue next year, and we'll try to organize a new online teaching for the first 3 months, and also for the students who finish their studies and will try to continue in a professional world, trying to find a job. And I wish them the best to continue their career after their studies. Thank you.
Thank you, Frédéric.
So last but definitely not least, please put your hands together for our head of school, Professor Bob Scheel, and our deputy head of school, Barbara Cumberland.
Congratulations! Bob and I would like to extend enormous thanks and appreciation to all our students this year, now spread across the world. And we also want to thank all our tutors and professional services colleagues, our Bartlett community, much of which is invisible and behind the scenes. All have helped make the impossible possible this year. Equally importantly, Bob and I want to thank the family members and the friends of all our students, the additional remote structures of people who've encouraged and cared for our students during this very challenging year. Thank you to you. This year's work has been outstanding. It's been achieved against the odds. We know that many of you have had limited Wi-Fi and been working in cramped and difficult spaces, and yet have been looking also after younger siblings, grandparents, friends, neighbours, and have still kept going. The design projects and writings this year are incredible and impressive. In every area we've seen work that inspires us towards new forms of practice, fresh modes, methods, strategies that will influence and extend both the discipline and the profession of architecture. Bob.
Thank you, Barbara. How could I follow that? You got everything described there. It's been an extraordinary year, hasn't it? I mean, this is different, what we're doing now, a joint talk by 2 directors, which I've found extremely rewarding. It's been a wonderful experience coming back and working with you, Barbara, and working with colleagues to get us through this very exceptional and extraordinary year. And without a doubt, the thing that's kept us going has been our students' response. It's been moving, it's been inspiring, it's been really quite extraordinary. The response by students has been beyond our expectations, and it's just made us feel so honored to be part of this community. I mean, it's just incredible, amazing. And it's not just about this year. I think a school always talks about the future. It talks about the trajectory of the work, where that work is going. It also refers back to where we've been before, of course, but it's always looking forward on that basis. And I think in a world where everything's been turned upside down, the role of the visionary, the role of the Imagineer, the role of the designer, the role of the theorist, the role of the writer, the thinker, the critic, the activist, the observer, the witness, has come into the foreground in such dramatic and exciting ways. The way the world will operate in the future can't solely be through one lens. It has to be through many different lenses at the same time. So I just find the whole thing amazing, and I'm deeply honoured and proud to be part of it. And I know you felt the same, Barbara, and so have our colleagues. Yeah.
I mean, I think the projects this year demonstrate that they're diverse and they're inclusive, and that they are care of climate and care of people, and they're seeking social, political, material sustainability, particularly in approaches to housing. I think we are seeing design for the vulnerable and for overlooked communities that demonstrate knowledge for place, for culture and for craft, that incorporate whole life of buildings, their materials and their occupants. And they're heeding embodied energy, they're using low carbon, they're fabricating with strategies that interleave the low and the high tech in technology, and their use and reuse of waste, whether it's grey water refuse from domestic homes or nuclear waste. In all of these areas, our students are taking responsibility. There's care and repair of ecosystems and the nurturing of biodiversity. Our students' work tests, it tries, it pioneers, it prototypes and it experiments. And this is all done with honesty, with rigour and with wit. And as Bob has just said, it has been my absolute delight to work alongside him and alongside you, all our tutors and students. It is an honour to have been an acting director of this school this year, and thank you for your work, your ideas, your enthusiasm, energy and your care.
Wonderful. If I could add just a couple of things to that. One is, I think we've also understood this year where we can make improvements as well. I think the kind of lid has been lifted off a lot of things in the world. It's structures in society, structures between nations, cultures, politics, generations, intergenerational challenges, health issues, medical issues, economic issues, and so on. And we've been given the privilege, in a way, to be able to review our own place in the world in a very intense experience, and to see what we can do to improve upon it. And I think that's something which we're very mindful of in the year ahead, based on this experience this year. And I think the work that I've seen that you will now enjoy surfing through this website and the content of the work gives us abundant confidence for that to unfold in new ways, entirely new ways. And I just want to say, I think Barbara and myself have embraced this in our discussions. We're so open to change. We're open to new ways that the school operates. We have to embrace change, recognize this, and see what's possible within it to make improvements on the positions and the places we're in. And we need you, we need students, and we need staff, a very big collective of talents and expertise to work together. We can't do this on our own, even though there's the two of us in this particular role. On its own, it's meaningless as a role. It's only a kind of a role which responds to others. And we're very, very privileged to kind of have that responsibility, and really, really need you to help us do what we have to do too.
Absolutely.
So enjoy the show. Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thank you so much, Barbara and Bob. Really appreciate that.
I think we have now completed our speech portion of the event, and we'll move on with the announcement of prizes. I'm more excited than he is about this. Clearly.
Before signing off and letting everyone go and explore the virtual exhibition and see all the incredible work put together by the students, we want to thank, both on behalf of the student body and the school, the exhibitions team for making this digital show happen.
The one and only Chikit Lai, Director of Exhibitions.
David Shanks, Project Manager from BMade.
Dr. Banelo Picarelavidu, Director of Communications.
Andy O'Reilly, School Manager, and Gil Peacock, Assistant School Manager.
Terrace Johns and Laura Cherry, Communications and Publication.
Abby Lutzer, Events Officer.
Matt Bowles and Michael Wagner, AV.
To Unlimited for creating the summer show identity.
A very, very special thank you to Hello Monday for creating our magical website. Thank you for being so collaborative and for bringing our work online.
And a round of applause to the content management team made up of our very own Ernest Chin from BSc Year 3, John Cruz, a recent graduate, Naomi Gibson, a PhD candidate, and Elliot Nash from MArch Unit 4. Thank you so much for being a rock-solid team, preparing the content and proofreading our work of over 3,000 images in film and 150,000 words.
That's a lot. So yeah, lastly, the biggest thank you to all students and their tutors who worked tirelessly throughout the year for providing show content. We will meet again in person. For now, please enjoy the virtual show. Please stay safe. Please stay connected. We would love to hear from you, so please get in touch. And yeah, with this, we have concluded the opening for the Bartlett Summer Show 2020. And don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, yes, and ring the bell and comment below.
And as always, keeping our jeans high and tight. I'm Uday. This is Krina. Thank you guys very much.
Bye.